I'm not so much of a theater player, and I'm not memorizing my script for the videos. I have thought about what the video is about, and I have made a whole text, but I prefer just to talk more direct with you. And, that's why it's maybe a bit jumping around, but it feels much better and more natural for me than to be memorizing a script on this. So this video is the motivating, life-changing video. It's the video I made to stimulate you to join the Zoom meeting. And the first question I have to you is, do you convert the discomfort that you notice in yourself or barriers you notice, do you convert them into stepping stones to reach a higher level of consciousness for your personal growth? Do you use that? Or would you like to use it? For decades, I was aware that something was not pleasant from the inside. There was something very big there, and I was all the time going everywhere with this discomfort on the inside. I didn't know what it was, but I just felt awful. I was traveling, I was out in nature, and I was going away from people a lot. But anywhere I was, I had this discomfort within me. So, and then as I got children, it was more difficult to go out into nature as much as I wanted. So I felt more locked up, and I couldn't escape into nature, where at least I felt a bit of a relief. So that was what happened, was that I became more grumpy and got a bad mood. But then at a certain day, I saw what happened to my children because of my bad mood. I was just like a grumpy, angry man. And that's what made me look inside and see if I could resolve that, because I didn't want to be like that in their surroundings. And yeah, as I said in the other video, then what happened was that I saw the light come back in the eyes of a friend. And that's what motivated me to have a look by those methods. And that was matrix reimprinting. I had no idea what it was. But it was the shift I saw in my friend was what motivated me to. And I discovered I had many barriers. It was not that it was over one day. It took quite some time to get over my bigger barriers. And still, I meet barriers. Like we all meet barriers. But yeah, it's. I must say that soon after I started, very soon, even after a few sessions, I think it was the second, or maybe it was even the first real session of matrix reimprinting, and then I discovered I could be happy within my own body, and I felt such a relief. It was so marvelous. But then I continued, had more sessions, and it was like I learned how to step over the little barriers or the little struggles I felt and I experienced in life. And yeah, I'd like to share with you how I see a bit this, that it's like you learn to take little steps, and then the stairs are easy to take. And at a certain point, after taking those steps, you come on a plane, on a certain level, where sometimes there might be a little barrier, and you can just use what you know already, and you just take this barrier without any difficulty. But after walking on the plane and stepping over those little barriers, you might, or I experience that sometimes I find a wall at the end on the plane of the plane, and then I look around and I think, okay, there's a wall, no problem. I go in another direction, and then I can be very pleasant walking around and being around in this comfortable space until I find another wall, and maybe go in another direction. Sometimes it takes a while before I realize that it's not endless, and there's walls. But then what I experienced was that I discovered at a certain point that I could look up, and then I could see that this wall was not a wall, but it was just another step, a different kind of a step with a different level. So by that coming, it was big to learn how to take those steps. But with the same techniques, it became easy to take those steps. So all of a sudden, the little barriers I met in life, they were nothing anymore. And then some of the bigger barriers, they appeared, and I could take those and learn how to take those. And then I came to another plain, and it was like very easy to go around. Little barriers, bigger barriers, easy, quite okay, until I found a wall, and then I thought, oh, a wall, so I can go another direction, and then I came to another wall, and I thought, I can go in another direction, and then I could see the other wall again, and I could hear and I could see people. They were on the other side, or they were up, and as I looked up, I thought, whoa, and I could hear them. So I said, oh, this must be another step. It's not a wall. It's just another level of a step that you can take. So I did so, and that's more or less where I am now, I think. So I'm growing. I'm on a different level, let's say, by myself of consciousness, and life is getting a lot more. Is very pleasant, but I still meet barriers in life, and the challenges are getting bigger and bigger, but the joy is also getting bigger, and yeah, it's a challenging life. But yeah, I wanted to tell you this because we will keep finding barriers. I mean, otherwise we would be enlightened already, all of us. So that's not what we are. Mostly we are not. Maybe one day the children will be born. I say maybe one day they can be born, and they can stay in a very pleasant state. Who knows? But for now, we are living in generations that have to face. They are facing barriers. So yeah, I'm a bit distraction. Oh yeah, so of course this story I tell you as a stimulus to say, okay, let's have a look. I have some barriers. Let's see what's happening, and let's have a look with matrix reimprinting how to resolve those, or how to convert them into stepping stones to reach another level, and go in a different way through life. So see you on the next video. Bye.